Journalism is one of the most honorable components of civil society because it bears witness to what is going on. Journalism, thus, is about the present. It is about now. But by being about now, journalism does have its limits. Journalists can tell you what is going on, but they cannot always tell you what it means, which is really about what comes next. For example, in 1993, I traveled through West Africa as a journalist and published an article the following year, The Coming Anarchy. It predicted chaos in Sierra Leone, Liberia, Côte d'Ivoire, and Nigeria. At the time, the media was somewhat hopeful about all those countries. Indeed, Côte d'Ivoire, or the Ivory Coast, was the success story of the region. All those countries, however, collapsed into chaos by the end of the decade, except for Nigeria, which remains deeply unstable. Nevertheless, in recent years, sub-Saharan Africa, including parts of West Africa, has witnessed an economic resurgence. So history doesn't stand still. You can only be right for a time, as I found out. Eventually, as different cycles of history follow one another, all predictions are eventually proven wrong. As a journalist, I learned to always ask impolite questions, because the near future lies inside the silences, inside the issues people are embarrassed to talk about. Geopolitics offers a partial answer to the journalist's dilemma of being able to at best infer the near term and having no sense at all of the long term. That is because geopolitics rests on geography, which is a factor that is unchangeable. And it also rests on history, which at least offers a pattern that might serve as a guide into the future. Napoleon famously said that if you know a country's geography, you can understand and maybe even predict its foreign policy. Geopolitics, which is about the interactions of states based on their geography, is not the enemy of journalists, nor is it its opposite. It can, in fact, be merged with journalism to allow journalism to do a better job of giving people a sense of the middle and long term. The goal, ultimately unachievable perhaps, but nevertheless worth striving for, is to provide the journalist's eye for detail in order to capture the current historical moment in all its richness, even as one breathes out the current crisis, to take into account the interactions of states against the grand map through the course of history.